Okay, for our OG class, we're looking at options for doing a chord melody solo for Aloha Oi. And we're looking at a chord, improvised chord solo. It's just something different from what we're comping. And, you know, and the line is da 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 da. That would be like the chord melody or just playing the melody notes. So what could we do just doing a chord and maybe just strumming? So we start on an F, and then I'm making an F chord, and I'm adding a note. I'm adding the C note to that F chord by putting my baby finger in the third fret in the A string. You could let it go. Now that we have, the next one is a C. What did I do there? I made a regular old C chord, and then I slid my ring finger, in this case, up to the 7th fret, up to the 10th fret, up to the 14th fret. You don't have to do all of those. You could just do, so you can play with those ideas and make the solo your own. Now, the next chord in this solo is a G7, another 2 measures of doing something. So we've got a little G7 here. So we all remember the great G7 that Nancy showed us. And let me get close here. I am going to slide my index finger up to the 3rd fret, like so, and then take my middle finger, my ring finger, to the 5th fret, C string, A string. So it would be 0, 5, 3, 5, if you think that way. So here's a G7. Here's another G7. What did I do? I added a little bit of chord melody here, making that G7. I took my baby finger and I placed it on the 7th fret. This is the A string. And then C again. Let's put it together if we can. F, C, G7, G7, here's one more little idea if you want to carry just a little bit farther. We've got our F. Well, last week we learned this one. And we're recording it here. Now, you know what I did there is, because sometimes doing these bar chords, they just hurt, they're painful. So I try to make them as easy on my hands as possible. And so it's much easier for me to do, instead of a full F chord here, which is, it looks like the B flat form, but it's right up here. But that's really hard for me to hold, so I just let that go. But I can't play the open G, it just doesn't sound right. So see my little trick? I put my thumb here on the G string to mute it, and I just go. See what I'm doing? So it's. And then a G7. And you've created a kind of solo that's very, very different from just comping while you're accompanying the singer, which is you.